The FutureFabric project introduces methods to teach the art and the science of making biofabric. We are not creating a new biofabric yet. We are developing a program to introduce new groups of people to these extraordinary materials. Our purpose is to promote ecological awareness, inspire unlimited creative possibilities using biomaterials, and to spark scientific curiosity. The first of 3 objectives is to develop educational plans to teach the art and science of biofabrics. We've identified several groups of students for this first phase. The second objective is to develop a comprehensive website as a hub for inspiration, discussions, and sharing of ideas on an international level. The third objective is to continue perfecting our at-home biofabric lab experiments. We are building on the success of our first experiments and exploring textures, conductivity, and color. We'll update you on our experiments later in the video. I would like to give you more details on our first objective, the education plans. We are targeting 3 groups of students. This first group is local U.S. elementary students. As you can see from these photos of school classes, pre-COVID, so much has changed. Today's activities need to be planned not only for classrooms, but for a variety of other settings. The ideas we introduce must be scalable for many situations, from after-school activities to small enrichment programs to youth camp settings. New Mexico, our home state, has nationally renowned labs and research facilities and is known for energy research and technology. However, over 60% of rural students qualify for free or reduced price lunch. As adults, every one of us remembers a teacher or a class or a book that made a lifelong impact. Imagine if we found a way to reach all children, helping them to learn an awareness of ecology and appreciation of nature early in their lives. It would make a profound difference for the future. The second group of students we will engage are located in Dharamsala, India. Dharamsala is the home of the Dalai Lama and is a crossroads of Indian pilgrims, Thai monks, and Tibetan travelers. I have lived part-time in India, and I've worked with the schools and volunteer organizations. I know the FutureFabric project will be eagerly embraced in India. Special art or science activities are sparse for local children in India. Overcoming the meager resources in their schools, the Indian students are curious and motivated. Another group of students can be found at the Tibetan Children's Village. They live far away from home while attending school, and enrichment activities are eagerly attended. The third group of people would be Tibetans in the 18 to 25 age group. Many are artists and designers who are searching for new materials and process. This group would be most likely to explore existing biodesign and to develop new concepts. Here is the work of one of the young designers in Dharamsala. There's a growing interest for sustainability in India, and we would like FutureFabrics to be part of that. We were introduced to biomaterials while studying at the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Due to COVID safeguards, our usual access to lab facilities was limited, so we set up a series of experiments growing biomaterials in a home lab environment. The process was exciting and the results were gratifying. The FutureFabric project incorporates 2 well-researched biomaterials, SCOBY and mushroom mycelium. First, we are using our ongoing experiments to establish a successful, simplified method for the at-home culturing of both SCOBY and mushroom mycelium. Based on information generously shared by our instructors, other bioartists, and a wealth of online scientific data, we set up growth experiments in an at-home environment. For the SCOBY, we have a proven production protocol. Using our finished tests as a control, we continue to experiment with variants such as changing the main ingredient proportions, as well as testing new ingredients. We are applying textural elements during the growth, testing conductive possibilities, as well as working on shaping and texturing during the drying process. The next step will be to use natural dyes and other pigmentation tests. The mushroom mycelium growing procedure is still being researched. We have successfully cultured spores and grown green spawn. We are examining hydrogen peroxide as a sterilizing agent for substrate. If we are able to perfect that process, it'll be much easier for people to do these experiments at home. We are testing numerous growth materials as well as making custom molds. We have developed SCOBY educational models that are adapted for different student age groups. I'll show you some of the details of the elementary module. We have an online booklet that illustrates step-by-step instructions for growing SCOBY using materials readily available at home. We're having children use the instructions before we do a final upload online.
6 bags of tea, or 12 grams of loose tea. Kombucha starter culture. 1 gallon purified or bottled water. The directions for day 1. Heat water to boiling and remove from heat. Then add 1 cup of sugar and tea. Then stir until sugar is dissolved and steep overnight. Day 2 directions. Pour tea into container so it's 2 inches deep. Next, add a piece of live kombucha SCOBY to each.
Education has been disrupted throughout the world this past year. Our self-directed resources will add another dimension for students to experience both science and art. As we did our research, we were heartened by the generous sharing of information by the biodesign community. We intend to continue that tradition.
In the end, it's a project that needs simple materials and benefits everyone.